Hello, my name is Dr. Shambles, and today we have the second part of the Katakuri Theory Craft video with the new cards that got revealed. In this case we have three, but I'm only using two. In case you did not see the last part 1 video, I suggest for you to obviously go and see it because it's gonna make more sense. um, and today's video is going to be me actually going through the combos that I explained to you guys in the last video. This time you guys are gonna have visual aid, so I think it's gonna be much better to understand it. This right here, what you guys are seeing here, is the deck list that I created in my last video. This is obviously not set in stone. Everything is obviously gonna change with a new SR coming. Just gonna say this right from the get-go. For some reason, I have a feeling the other SR is a Linlin. That is a 9 cost that will have some effect, but we'll see. I'm just gonna go through some things that maybe I wanted to say in the last video and I didn't about this deck list. I already told you some things will change, but the thing is, many things will probably change. I haven't tested this. This is just theorycraft. Most things that I see that can change are, for example, the pair ratios, the pudding ratios in terms of 2Ks to add other 2Ks, maybe other tech, who knows. I'm playing right now with 12 2Ks, we might play with 10 and give space for other 2 cards. Divine Departure is one of the most flexible ratios. I'm playing 3 because I really like the main effect, and so I really want to see it. And so 3, what 3 pretty much tells me that, or tells you that you can use the counter effect as many times as you have, because you're probably gonna have at least one to use with main effect, which is what I want. I feel like this has a lot of potential to help us out with its main effect. When 2 men are fighting is like all of these 3 are flexible. This and this are the most flexible in my opinion, especially Divine Departure. I don't feel like we actually need to play it at 3, but for now I'm gonna test it at 3. When 2 men are fighting, you can play 2 or 1. I wouldn't go for 3. I don't think it is really a need. But I think 2 is really the perfect spot. The reason why I do think reducing it to 1 is because we usually, I at least only use at the very end of a game just to save me and then go for a game in the very next turn after my opponent is obligated to pass. But yeah, and Slow Beam Sword is something that I can stay or I can reduce or even cut, because here's the thing, usually it was somewhat easy. It wasn't that easy, but it was somewhat easy to have 2 Dawn up in when we pass turn, so we could use this because we usually went for Sparrow, which gave us an active Dawn. Now we no longer are playing for him, we're playing for this category that gives us 2 rested Dawn, and so it can be a bit harder, at least on the mid game, to activate this Slow Beam Sword. Still, I believe he's very good at 2, and so for now we're gonna stay this at 2. Some cards that we can in fact add to the deck later, depending on the ratios we take. Gamma Knife, insane to decrease the power. Since we do not have, as you guys can see, we don't have much interaction with our opponent's board. It's just like build a board and swing with it. I feel like Gamma Knife can help us deal with it, and obviously if I'm playing Gamma Knife, Mamaragan is a card that that you can use. Like, you go down 2 Dawn, you draw 1 card, and then you rest a 5k power. This is something I am thinking about adding, like these 2 card combos. That's why I'm saying the 2k reduction and the advanced reduction here to play the Mamaragan. I would play Mamaragan at 3, just like Rosie plays it, with 2 Gamma Knives, and I think the combo would be nice. Also, since it's here, some people are thinking about adding Cognac to deal a bit better with yellow. I don't think you should. You pretty much lose an entire turn by playing this card, but with Gamma Knife and Mamaragan you don't. You actually still have a lot of Dawn to work with. Okay, I think those were the 2 cards that I was thinking about. Sorry. yeah, about that. We can obviously reduce pudding or even cut this pudding to add Baron, Tamago, and Pickums. This is in case the meta plays a lot of like Enel, pretty much, for Enel, where he plays a lot of small bodies. We can add this, but for now, I'm not gonna add him. So yeah, this is the deck list. Hopefully, you guys get a better idea of what I did. Oh, sorry. This is what I want to remember. Ananas, we can add up to 2 to 3 ananas. I think about 2 maybe. Again, this all depends if I add Gamma Knife and Mammaragan. Gamma Knife and Mammaragan still feel like the best option right now. 2 Gamma Knives and 3 Mammaragans I think we can squeeze in here. And so I'll see with that. But we can also, if you want to or try, I actually have a variant that I tried, which is a more defensive variant, which plays 2 Charlotte Anana. This is just to have 1 more annoying blocker, but for now she's not on my deck because of Pudding. I have Pudding, which is already an extra blocker. So yeah, this is just some things that you guys can think of. Let's go into the board state tool that Katakuri has here. By the way, thank you Katakuri for this amazing tool. I don't know if I already thanked you for this, but it's really an insane tool, and so it will help us visualize the combos. Okay, let's go into it. Okay, so here we are back. This is the board state tool. Now, as you guys can see, this is the hand that I'm choosing. I'm gonna be telling you guys about the line of combos that you usually want to do. This adds up a lot of flexibility if you can pull one thing off, which is something that I'm calling the triple Dawn ramp. And if you can do this, it opens a lot of doors, and like it gives this deck a lot of flexibility. The way I want to use to explain to you guys the value that you get, it's pretty much like Purple Enel when he uses his leader effect on the second turn. What I mean by this, obviously it's not as fast, that's the first point. Enel has implemented in his own leader effect a complete ramp that goes maxed on. Katakuri does not have this, but what I mean by this is Enel, because of his leader ability, he plays his big boss monster, which is Enel, very early in the game, which is it's very strong because it's very hard to deal with throughout the mid game, and when you reach late game is usually already too late. With Katakuri now, we have something somewhat similar. It's not as fast, but it does open a lot of doors in terms of combos, and it makes us be able to play our best characters at least 1 turn earlier, which is already good enough, especially because this character is Linlin that we usually gonna be going for. So, first turn, we have 1 Dawn. If you have a Searcher, that is fine. We have 2 random cards right now. Then, usually we want to go first. Second turn, we have 3 Dawns. This is when we play Pudding. We can swing with the leader effects, go -1 Dawn, and then Pudding gives us the Dawn back. That is fine. We get some info on the opponent's hand or future hand. Then next turn we're going to be at 5, and this is where we want to deploy our Katakuri. Now, why is this insane? As you guys can see, this is the triple ramp. So you want to be swinging with your leader. This will activate your leader effect. You remove 1 Dawn, go 6k. Look at the top card. This will proc our Pudding effect, will give us 1 rested Dawn, 1 rested Dawn, and then this will also, because we went 1 down, proc our other Katakuri, which will give us +2 Dawn. So we go up 1 extra turn here, because we go up 2 Dawn, we go 1 extra turn, so here we are at 7. Then we pass turn, hopefully we do not use our leader effect defensively. And then once your opponent passes, this is what's gonna happen. Sorry, I still don't know that much about this tool, so I'm gonna untap all of them one at a time. We get 2 extra Dawn, and we are already at 9 Dawn. This gives us the window to play Linlin 1 turn earlier. By the way, your opponent on the other side was just at 6 Dawn, and Pudding can remove a 6 cost or less. So if your opponent spends all of his 6 Dawn to play his most powerful character into the field, it is very likely that we can remove it with Linlin. So you are getting an extra life here, or you're recovering 1 life. It depends how the game goes. We don't know. Still, you get 1 life, and you are removing supposedly the best character on the other side, as well as deploying one of the best characters in your deck 1 turn earlier. This makes this card have insane value, okay? Another thing you can do, let's remove, yeah. Obviously, this has a very big segment. I mean, it's just like old Katakuri, where you needed 3 cards to pull this off. But still, it's not that bad because, and this is where it gets fun. Is there a way for me to untap? No, we can just untap 1 by 1 at least. So let's untap here, just so you guys... Because this is where it gets fun. Let's imagine we don't find Linlin, we find Katakuri. You can still play Katakuri. He still is one of your best characters. You can still drop him right over here. And we still have 1 Dawn, which you can leave up for one of the events you might have in your hands for your opponent's turn, or you can attach to your leader, swing 7k, or attach to Pudding, swing 5k, swing 6k, swing 7k here. Or there's a lot of things that you can do, which is with these 2 cards right here. You can, and this are some cool combos here. So let's imagine you have these 2 cards, and just for the fun of it, let's drop this. This will make us go -2. We remove these 2. Then we draw 2 cards just for the fun of it. Let's say we add this card, and we have... who cares what we add? Doesn't really matter. And then he lets us play another character here. And we obviously play Katakuri. Then this will proc our... Oh, nope. We just got this for free. This will also, we went down 2 Dawns, so this will go, will activate our effects here. So we go +1 Dawn, +2 Dawn. These are all tapped here. And so it still leaves us with 2 Dawn, so guess what we can do? Again, this you have 9 Dawn, but we are assuming our opponent has 6 Dawn on the other side. So that means you can deploy this and then just replace it with this. He's at 6 Dawn, which means this is cost 5, so you can play this. So 7, 8, that is 15, 15, 5, that's a 20 Dawn combo for 9 Dawn, pretty much. And yeah, and you're drawing 2 cards, so... And remember, we have 2 cards here on our hand, but we are always drawing at the start of our turn, plus drawing 2 cards, okay, with Pudding. So it is very likely that you are going to be... You can do this with more consistency because of the amount you are drawing. Another thing that we need to take into account, and now let's remove this, it's this card. Let's imagine we attack with it as we usually want to, and then our opponent swings big or deals with it and removes it. This says here, on KO, play up to 1 character card with 8k power or less from your hand. So, the fact that we see 8k power, it means that we usually want to play our 8 cost Katakuri, obviously. But what if you don't? You play this. And then you have here. Oh, come on. Why aren't you going to... Okay, there you go. What if they just removed our 5 cost Katakuri, and since this is a 5k power, we play this. I don't know how many... Let's imagine we just played him. Let's imagine we just played our Katakuri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we just made a combo and they just removed our Katakuri. What's gonna happen is, instead of playing this Katakuri right from hand, we play Pudding. We go -2 Dawn. We play this Pudding. She's gonna draw us 2 cards. We don't know which cards will be. And then she lets us play this. And yeah, so we just drew, and next turn we still are going to be at 7 done. At the start of our turn, we're still gonna be at 7 done, which will let us play. Here we still have 2 slots, so we could still play another pudding, draw, +2, play another Katakuri if we want to. So yeah, or since we have 7, we can use, like, this is why I'm playing 4 of the 2 cost Katakuri. We can play this Katakuri, and then just because your opponent is at 6 done, again, we are assuming we're going first because it's our strongest window. We replace him by this, and we still have 5 done. We can play either another one vanilla style, or we can play our boy Parasparrow. And after this we have cycle, and we are fine. As you can see, we can fill up our board with very strong characters right away after our 3rd turn. So after our 3rd turn, we are pretty strong usually. We have a lot of possibilities, and as you guys can see, the 2 cost Katakuri, thanks to these 5 cost, just went up in value, like, to the extreme, to the absolutely extreme. Now let's imagine we don't see this. Actually, let me reset here. We're gonna, like, you guys already saw the best case scenario. Let's go to our, like, worst case scenario. How do I remove this? Okay, so here we are. Let's imagine we didn't really have a good hand, so we mulligan and we got this hand. Like, this is, in my opinion, one of the worst hands we can have, but it is still playable. Hopefully, the fact that I made this deck somewhat simple to search what it needs, we will always have somewhat of a playable hand. So first turn, we obviously play our pudding, search for something, we don't know what, it doesn't matter. 2 turns, we will draw something, and we already have something on our hand. Let's see what we can do with this 3 Dawn. Maybe we'll find a 3 cost pudding, maybe we'll find another searcher pudding, maybe we'll find a Brulette, okay? I would use either of these options if we find them. So it would be this, obviously. This is very bugged. There you go. Maybe this, or this, or this. These 3 would be what would be playable here. Obviously, pudding would be the best. Hopefully, with this pudding, we could find it. Or, yeah, no, actually, we could find it. This would be perfect. Easy if we could find either this pudding or a late game character like Katakuri, pudding, the 7 cost pudding, sorry, or the 9 cost Linlin. This is where we would want to find it. So, 3rd turn, +2 dons, we would have Parasparrow. Play this, and we could still, like, swing, go -1, hope, depending on what we would have, we would actually ramp to go to 8 on. He will also be taking away 1 card from hand, maybe this Katakuri, maybe this Suzuhashi, who knows, maybe Soul Beam, because we don't see the window to use it anytime soon. And then we will draw, again, we will draw another card, so it doesn't matter what it was, what it would be. Hopefully it will help us in the next turn, which, assuming that we didn't see anything on our 3 down turn, would still be 7. Hopefully, if we didn't see the 3 cost pudding, what we could, sorry, it's the only way I have to remove. Imagining we didn't see a ramp, hopefully these extra searches that we did and cycles would find us the 7 cost pudding. Oh, come on, man. The 7 cost pudding and the 8 cost Katakuri. This, hopefully, priority here with these 2 searches here and cycles would be to find the 7 cost pudding, because when we deploy her, we will go down -2 Dawn and draw 2 cards, which would then give us an extra chance to find a good target, which would be Katakuri. So, like, the amount of cycle, the amount of search, the amount of draw that we now have would make the fact that our 3rd turn would always have value. Again, this is This is assuming our opponent is at 6 ton, because purple Enel would not be that good, you know. We wouldn't be able to play this, but there's something. Actually, let me do like this. We could do something like this, which is you have 7. For some reason you didn't find a 7 cost Katakuri. We found a 5 cost Katakuri. He's already at 6 ton. We can actually play this, replace him, play this. Still would leave us with 5 don to use. Because we have an extra target now for the 2 cost category. Again, I cannot stress this enough. We have insane value from him. We still have 5 don. We could maybe, if we had it in hand. I think you shouldn't have it in hand. You should use the first pair spur to cycle the second one. But let's imagine we just drew into another one. We can play another pair sparrow. And so with this, even with somewhat of a bad hand, we still managed to have 2 7k characters in one turn. So this would be a 10 don value turn with 7 don. So like the 2 cost Katakuri just opens up the 2 cost. Actually, it's not the 2 cost. Let's give credit where credit is due. The 5 cost Katakuri, if you have it in hand, already opens up a lot of the combos. And so he's a very important piece of this deck, and you need it at 4. Absolutely. Like just with this board, by the way, let's imagine we still have slow beam. We could very well just swing -1 don. This will proc our Katakuri. We actually go up 1 don. Oh my god, man. We go up 1 don, and we have 8 here. Then we can use our pair sparrow. Like we can like remove whatever. We can use 1 effect, remove 1 card. We get 1 active don. Then remove another card, and with the second another active don, and now we have 2 active don for the slow beam sword. So yeah, by playing 2 pair sparrow, we're playing him at 3. Maybe he'll I should have talked about this in the deck list. He can go back to 4, by the way. He's not a bad card. He still is a very good card, but it's just like Katakuri is better, so I'm gonna be playing him the same ratio I was playing with Sanji and Pudding, which is at 3. But yeah, like you guys can see, there's just so much you can do now, depending on the hand that you get. So what I would say is, let me just remove everything. Like, you just look at your hands. Hopefully we have somewhat of a line of combos, but the most important cards the most important turn would be at the 7 don. Once you reach 7 don, this is where the deck starts reaches its peak, in my opinion. And so we want to reach the 7 don as fast as possible. If we pass the 7 don to 9 don, even better, obviously, because now we pretty much can do anything that you want. Like, everything is in our range, and this again opens up a lot of combos possibilities. The only card we cannot play is this Linlin. We're still playing it at 1 because, like, once we reach 10 don, we can play her. And she's a rush 12k. This will make a lot of pressure into any matchup, by the way. It doesn't matter the matchup on the other side. This will put on pressure. And then still has the on your opponent's attack effect, which we would make our leader a 7k. Can we actually? Oh, yeah, we can. A 7k during our opponent's turn, which can help us defend 1 last turn or defend more turns. Because, again, like, we would go down, how much is it? 5? Yeah, so we would go down 6 because we need 1 down from leader to actually get this right. And then if we have the Katakuri here, next turn we would be at 6, correct? So we would be at 6, so guess what? We just swing. -1. This will make us give +2. We're already at 7. If hopefully we have, like, just having this is already good, by the way. We would already have 7 here. Again, we still have 5, so we could eventually just play. Wait, we could play even a second 5-cost Katakuri and then just swing. And so this, actually, let's play that, shall we? Even with 1, we already go up to 7, which, since we need 6 turn to activate this effect with consistency, we can already activate it next turn. But just for the fun of it, that was my point, by the way, is the fact that we're already at 7, which means once we pass turn, we can already use this effect again, which the only problem would be we would go down to 1 Dawn during our opponent's turn, but still, it's fine enough. So let's imagine we play the second one. We still have 2 Dawn. We swing, we go -1 Dawn, and this will block these 2, which will give us 4 Dawn back, all of them tapped, actually, and leave us with 1 Dawn. And then next turn, swing. Next turn we can use this again, and then next turn, on our turn, guess we could do this like all over again and just ramp up back to the max Dawn and just start abusing this Linlin's effect with 2 Katakuris. Again, we would be assuming this is not the best category. Our best category still is this one. But again, just having this one with combination with the 8k category is insane. I think that's the best possible scenario, is having at least these 2. This gives you 2 Dawn during your turn. This will give us 1 Dawn once we pass. This is a 3 Dawn ramp every time. The 3-cost pudding, we don't really want to see it at mid-game because, you know, she's a weak character. At some point, we want to replace her with stronger characters. But these 2, we kind of always wanted to have them on our field. Okay? And yeah, just look at your hand, please. On the 7th Dawn turn, this is the most important. Just look at your hand. But you want to be playing 1. This is why I want to be playing 1, is because, like, with these 2, every time we swing, we go back 2 Dawn. This will actually ramp us 1. Then once we pass turn, this category will ramp us another 1. And so we would go to 8 Dawn. So I told you, if we didn't have this guy, and we would be imagining that we just used 6 Dawn, right? So we just used 6 Dawn on our opponent's turn. With the effect of Linlin, he passes, it's our turn now. We actually get 2 Dawn for our turn, that is fine. Imagine we just swing, we go down -1, this gives us 2. So we go 2, and now we have 7, which 2 of them are rested. 5 Dawn, you can do a lot. You can play 1 cost, you can play 2 costs, 2 cost category, and like replace them with something else, we don't know. You can play 1 5 cost with the 5 Dawn, you have unrested, you have active. You can play a Peril Sparrow. Yeah, like, that's just insane. You can play like 1 3 cost pudding to have an extra rested on, like, and then play a 2 cost category for an 8 cost category or 5 cost category. Like, that's insane. Like, with these 2 Dawns that you have here, you can do like insane amount of stuff, you know? So make sure you take that. Now, we would go back to 7, which once we pass, we could use our 10 cost Linlin effect again. And with this category, if we had this category, which is kind of the best case scenario, we would be at 8, which -6 would put us at 2, but we could... Alright, with 4 Dawn, we can do as much. You can just use the 2 cost category pretty much, and maybe a search, or leave 2 Dawn up for the events, but still not that bad, you know? Still not that bad to use this 10 cost Linlin effect twice in a row. But yeah, as you guys can see, like, there's just please, on the 7 Dawn turn, look at your hand, see what you can actually do, and look at your opponent's Dawn. If he's had 6 Dawn, there's just unlimited things that you can do, pretty much. Like, thanks to this new category. So yeah. These were the combos. This was the explanation of the power spike of Katakuri, line of combos, cards that you want to use, why you want to use them in the time that you use them. And I'll see you all in the part 3, which hopefully I'll only come back now with either the part 3 is going to be me revealing the last SR and talking about how that affects our deck now, or will be me just before the SR gets revealed, which will be me telling you guys the different variants that you can play with this deck. Because for what I saw, you can play 3 variants. The first variant is the triple ramp variant, which is the one that I just showed you, where you kind of want to ramp 3 Dawn on your 3rd turn, on your 5 Dawn turn, so on your next turn you're at 9 and you can just deploy anything you want. That is a consistent version, I believe, of that combo that I just showed you. Another one is a more defensive variant, which makes you use Anana a bit more and not use the 3-cost pudding. So you're not going for the triple ramp. You're going a bit more defensively. You're just trying to get your 8-cost Katakuri on the field as fast as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you kind of just slow down yourself for a bit more defense. I don't think we're going to be playing that variant for now, but it is a possibility. And the third variant is more of a control variant, which you try to use Mama Ragan, Gamma Knife, you try to abuse Divine Departure as well. Maybe some other things, Cog, Neck, maybe Ragnarok? Why not? Maybe that too. Who knows? But I feel like Mama Ragan and the Gamma Knife will be added to the deck. I feel like the best version of this deck would be a version where we combine the triple ramp combo with a bit of the control of Gamma Knife and Mama Ragan. I feel like that's going to be the direction where the deck is going. It kind of depends of the SR that we'll get from the starter, but for now, I think that is the possibility. Maybe I'll make a post of how that variant would look like, but I truly think we'll be using Mama Ragan and Gamma Knife in this deck if possible, because that combo is being abused in every purple deck pretty much. That and is a very strong, and you know, in Katakuri will feel balanced, but in every other deck it doesn't feel balanced. So Katakuri will, I think Katakuri will abuse it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Do not forget, comment what you think of this, what you think of these lines of combos. Don't forget to ask questions, because I know, like, English is not my native language. So if I sound confusing and you guys didn't understand anything, don't be afraid to ask. I'm very happy to help. I already know that some of the segments on this video is going to be all over the place, but that is fine. And yeah, I'll see you. Also, something that I really want you guys to comment. Do you guys agree with me that with my feeling that the next SR will be a 9-cost Linlin? I just have a feeling that's going to be the next SR, okay? Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Guys, sorry. I had to come back. Sorry. I'm very sorry. I can't believe I forgot this. Actually, I was about to go onto the Discord of Katakuri, and some people actually, because I posted my deck list, questioned the value of the 2-cost Katakuri. I'm not saying they're wrong, by the way, because they're saying, oh, against Enel, he's pretty much useless. I feel like, thanks to this Katakuri, he gets value, even against Purple Enel. Let's imagine we're going second against the Enel. On his second turn, Enel is at 3 Dawn. He does whatever he wants to. He ramps to 6 Dawn. Unless, I talked about this in my last video, unless he spends 2 cards from his hand or a Mama Ragan out of nowhere to decrease 2 Dawn to go to 4 Dawn, he's going to be at 6 Dawn / 5 Dawn. I don't see why he would spend cards in hand to go to 4 Dawn. Because when he passes turn, we'll be at 4 Dawn. Correct? So it's like there's no play we can do. We can. He's at 6 Dawn. Imagine he will be at 6 Dawn because, like, the only time he went down on Dawn was to counter our 7-cost pudding, and with 4 Dawn we cannot activate her. And if he goes down 2 Dawn just for us to not be able to play this combo, it's still value for this category, okay? Since he's at 6 Dawn, let's assume he's at 6 Dawn, because he went first and activated his lead effect. We play this category. We have this category, we replace them. In our 4 Dawn turn, we have a 5 Dawn value. This, assuming that we only play 1. If we play 2 for some reason, we might get 2. Okay, I don't think that's gonna happen a lot of times. Obviously, what we'll be going to do, hopefully, is do this combo and then use the other 2 cards, either to leave it up for a Soul Beam Sword, maybe, or maybe for a search, attach, maybe, to swing with leader better. Who knows? But this is why I'm playing Katakuri at 4 as well. Just the fact that we have more chances into finding it into our hand to do this puts pressure on Purple Enel. And if Enel keeps using... Alright, he can do this if I pass turn. Let me just spend here cards so I go down on Dawn. And these cards that I'm playing still replace themselves, so it's fine. Yes, that is true. But again, he's spending events onto trash. This will make his combos dealing with our board, however he wants to deal, less consistent. Because he's going to be always worried about spending Dawn for us to not be able to abuse our 2-cost Katakuri. And for me, that's fine, because sooner or later, we can either use this Katakuri to as a 1k counter, or just, what the hell, where is he? Or just cycle him out with Parasparrow to find anything else, okay? Sorry, I forgot this combo. Bye-bye, bye-bye.